It's wonderful. It's great.
Natural wonders remain constant along this stretch of central Virginia.
The James River, the mighty James.
From rushing waters to towering trees.
It can brighten up anybody's day, and it's just a great sight.
5 miles upstream from Scottsville.
And this raises and lowers the ramps on the end.
A man-made relic has been part of this landscape too, longer than anyone can remember.
We're putting that end down so we can load a vehicle.
A vessel that's anchored to the region.
You got it.
Hatton Ferry started running on this spot about 1870.
It's the only way across the river at the time.
A mode of transportation from a bygone era.
There we go.
That connects Albemarle
Perfect.
and Buckingham Counties.
That's good.
At the helm,
All right.
Captain Craig McPherson.
Something not too many people get to experience.
The waterman who served on a submarine during Vietnam volunteers his time above the surface, keeping history afloat. Travelers once hitched rides on Hatton Ferry to move goods across the water.
Perfect. Excellent.
A vital link to keep commerce flowing.
Thomas Jefferson used to ride a ferry upriver called Warren Ferry.
These days, the ferry's freight has changed, but its task has not.
I've had up to 18 Harley Davidsons on here, which was quite a load.
On this day, Captain Craig whisks two-wheeled travelers, Sheila and John Scott, to another county and another period.
If you want to have an amazing view, come over here and look at the rocks.
How many people have ever ridden across the river on one of these things? Probably not many.
Don't expect a white-knuckle ride.
Hey, nope, not as fast as a motorcycle, no, but it is fun.
On this craft, racing isn't the point.
Nothing moves fast on the ferry. It wasn't built for speed.
Eventually, bridges spanning rivers cut travel time.
Just right off this side.
Making most ferries obsolete.
All right.
But Hatton endures.
Thank you, folks.
It touches on so many different things: the history of Scottsville, the history of the river, the history of ferry operations.
First mate and volunteer Bob Colley takes pride showing off the artifact to visitors from across the globe.
Oh, it's a lot of joy. We've had people from Paris, Texas to Paris, France out here. And
ferries still exist on the nation's waterways, but you won't find one like this anywhere else. Listen closely. What you don't hear, an engine.
Okay.
Hatton is the last pole-operated ferry in America.
All right.
Yes, this behemoth is propelled by a wooden pole, cables, and the river itself.
There's like 5 different currents coming through here. And that's what actually pushes the ferry across.
A delicate balance.
Yeah, you got to be in fairly good shape.
That requires lots of elbow grease from the 76-year-old captain.
All right. Yeah, you can, when you cross 20 times a day, you can burn up some calories.
The ferry hit rough waters 3 years ago when the barge was damaged by high waters and tangled trees. Service was suspended. The future of the ferry was taking on water.
We missed a good bit of history that people lost out on.
This summer, thanks to a generous donor, the Albemarle Charlottesville Historical Society is making a big splash.
It is definitely good to have Hatton Ferry back.
Reacquainting this piece of the past to the James, while honoring the generations of ferrymen who plied these waters long ago.
It's cultural heritage. It's the importance of local history. It's telling the stories of where we came from.
The Historical Society's Tom Chapman says Hatton Ferry is woven into the region's river-soaked DNA.
It's not a cut through. It's not a time saver. It's traveling into the past and experiencing something at a different pace.
Trips remain on the house, but donations buoy this ancient operation.
You see, a sign to say the last poled ferry in the United States. It's like, well, we got to go see that.
A little more, a little more.
Captain Craig.
All right, now turn this way.
Will gladly escort you on a journey that's dripping with history.
A lot of people have put an effort into keeping this baby going.
It's a time-honored, tranquil tradition rippling across 150 years. Hatton Ferry. a steel workhorse in constant motion with Mother Nature.
So you're going to adjust this at all? Just let it run like that?
Just like that.
For I Have a Story,
We're off and running.
I'm Greg McQuade,
The ferry's running again and it's all good.
CBS 6 News.